All right. Listen. Went to the fight last night. I expected much more from both fighters, to be honest with you. You know, I did a prediction right before I went to the Barclays last night, and I was expecting much more from Castano. And I know what Castano was going to bring to Lara. I thought it would be a bit more, and I thought on Lara's end, he would know how to react better to this. Maybe it has to do with age, which is what I brought up. Lara's coming off a big loss. He's 35. He's 35 years old. He's been in wars. Okay, so maybe that's slowing him down a bit. But I did expect much more from him, and being that, watching that Hurd fight, the way that Hurd fight went, the amount of punishment he took, and the fact that he actually took a chance and stayed in the pocket with this dude for that long. I know he got dropped at the very, very end of that fight. I just thought he could do a bit more against Castano. I mean, Castano was doing his thing at points, but he was missing a lot. And that's to Lara's defense, A lot of those shots was blocked. A lot of those combinations that was thrown were blocked by Lara. But I didn't like the fact that Castano would try to steal rounds the majority of the fight. And I gave him a lot of rounds, but a lot of those rounds was based on what he did the last 30 seconds of each round. It's like throughout the entire round, he wasn't really doing much, and Lara was up a lot of those rounds. And Lara wasn't even really doing much. Lara was trying to just create some space in between them, but it wasn't even like Lara was landing that much better. I thought Lara was cleaner for the majority of the time, but not that much cleaner. He didn't throw a lot. And he normally doesn't. He normally doesn't throw too much, but after watching that Hurd fight, I was like, you know what? Lara has a lot more in his tank than most of us believe he do. When you back him up against the wall that much, he will fight with you. So I was just a little disappointed, especially because Castano don't have the power that Hurd has. He doesn't have the size and the power. He has quicker hands, though, and throws a lot more punches. It's like more flurries and the combinations and stuff. So I understand Lara had to tighten up because of that, but I don't know. I just expected both. I expected much more from both. Fight just kind of ended up being a stinker. And I can't really absolutely blame Lara for it. I kind of just thought both could have done a little bit more. Castano being a younger guy, he was bringing the pressure and everything, but there was a lot of dry spots, man, for those first 2 minutes of every round almost, So, I thought Castano did a good job at cutting Lara off and applying pressure and getting him to the ropes, making Lara less mobile. But when he got Lara there, it's like he didn't really do much, He didn't really do much. Maybe he won this fight expecting much more from Lara too. Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen now because both of them are trying to get their shot at Hurd. I think Castano was like the regular champ and Hurd is the super champ. Lara was trying to win this fight so he can get his rematch at Hurd. So I guess that these guys drawing, and as far as a draw, I have no problems with the draw. I think the way I scored it 7-5 for Castano. But I think 2 of the rounds that I gave to Castano, I thought could have gone either way, All the rounds that I scored for Lara, I thought they were pretty clear to me. So when they said it was a split decision, I knew after the first 115, 113, I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a draw. This is gonna be a draw. You know, it was just too close, and I didn't think it was gonna be any favoritism or anything. I kind of assumed it was gonna be a draw after the fight. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it wasn't a bad fight. It just wasn't a good one either. That's how I feel. And I wasn't crazy. Like I said, I did a video on the Luis Ortiz Christian Hammer fight. I wasn't even crazy about that fight. But I even thought that fight was better than this fight. This fight, I thought this was going to be a much more exciting fight because of the way Castano fights. But Lara has style to take the fight out of you sometimes, and I guess we saw that in this fight. But anyway, that's my review. I was cool with the draw. Like I said, I scored it 7-5 for Castano. A couple of those rounds were really, really debatable. If I watch the fight again, I was unbothered with the draw. And no one in the arena was really disputing that. Everybody kind of just got up and started walking away like, oh, this is gonna be a draw. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Lara, I mean, I guess I could speak on her real quick. Lara, he doesn't have much time left, and he's not going to get any better from this point on. So he needs to jump back in the ring immediately, whether it's a rematch with Castano, whatever he decides to do. He needs to get it done now. He needs to be active as much as possible for the rest of his career. He's fit. He looked good as far as his weight. Both of them look good at the weigh-in and everything. Everything looked great. He's been, staying in shape, which is good. But he needs to stay active, because he's getting up in age, and we can't have these long gaps, win or lose. If he continues, he's still one of the best guys at 154, and he still can probably beat the majority of fighters there. But to be honest with you, I wish he stayed on the WBC route and had fought J-Rock Williams. I actually wanted to see that fight. I really wanted to see that fight. But the Castano fight was good too. Well, Castano's a good opponent. I didn't think the fight was that good. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys hit subscribe.